Namaste. Happy Friday, yogis. It is the one and only Sheila. We are nearing the end of our second month of recorded audio yoga, believe it or not. I think I'll be recording today, and then I'll have one more for you. And then hopefully most of you have seen my post on my Facebook page that we will start some outdoor yoga soon. I'm hopeful next week. I have 3 volunteers so far who are willing to maybe tag team or do a few, maybe a couple, 3 weeks each, and then we'll get ourselves through this summer. I think the reality is we just don't know what's happening next, and regardless of if we are able to go back to Williston, I know for myself and most of you, being outside is really important to us, and so I would love to just keep doing our outdoor yoga until the summer ends. So today we're going to do some gentle yoga, and we will make it easy. You don't need any props, just you on your mat. And let's start out seated. And close your eyes and take a big breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Big breath in. Exhale through your mouth. And just tell yourself that for the next few minutes here as we practice yoga together, that everything we have to do and everything we think can just wait. We are learning every day in every way how to be mindful of the actions we're taking, the thoughts we're thinking. And it isn't intentionally happening, it's just a result of our continued yoga practice and how that naturally changes us to do things differently. And as you sit here, or maybe you're resting on your back if that's more comfortable, all we're doing is breathing, letting our bodies be still. And as we inhale, silently repeating, I am breathing in. And as we exhale, I am breathing out. Make your way to seated if you're on your back, and continue with that mantra in seated, but bring your hands together in Anjali Mudra at heart center. And with the eyes closed and the hands resting here, start to sway side to side. Slow and easy. Inhale, let your hands rest on your knees, palms down, and just turn the sway into a circular motion, letting that movement come from your hips. Again, you're just moving really slowly. Going one way a few times. And then stopping and going the other direction. Coming to a stop, just dropping your chin down to your chest and shaking your head no, nice and slow. Lifting your head so that your gaze would be straight in front of you, but your eyes can still be closed. You're going to move your neck in a way that is like you're drawing on the face of a clock with your nose. So it's a motion in front of your face versus moving the neck back at all. So imagine the nose lifting slightly, you're at 12 o'clock, and then letting that your nose do an imaginary tracing of a clock. So you're going clockwise in a circle, just drawing in front of you. Slow and steady. And then when you get back up to 12 o'clock, stop and go counterclockwise. Making sure your belly is really soft as you breathe. Long, deep breath here. And now slowly come to a stop, and let's drop the right ear to the right shoulder. Inhale, lift the head. Exhale, drop left ear to the left shoulder. Soft belly. Inhale, come back up one more time each side. Inhale, lift the head back, and now turning your gaze over your right shoulder. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, shifting gaze off the left shoulder. One more time each side. Back to neutral seated. Bring the right hand in front with the palm facing up, gently holding on to those right fingers with your opposite hand, pulling those fingers down and back, extending away from you with your wrists. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale through your mouth. Big breath in. Exhale through your mouth. Gently release, extend opposite hand. Same thing here, pulling down and back on the fingers. Big breath in. And gently release the breath. One more round. Letting go of those fingers, extending the hands in front of you. Slow rotations through your wrists. Both directions a few times. And then bringing your hands down by your sides, extending your legs straight out in front of you, but keeping the knees bent and planting the soles of the feet. Let's lift the sits bones and move the flesh away from the sits bones. And now start to lean forward and let your belly rest on your thighs as you wrap your arms underneath the thighs, like you're giving your upper legs a hug. So it's like you're hugging your thighs. And then drop your chin down to your chest, tuck your forehead to your knees.
And slowly shake your head no. If it feels good, you can use the arms as leverage on the legs to lean back and round your back a little bit as you do that. And you'll feel a stretch through the back. Slowly shaking your head no. And now just letting the whole body drape between the legs. So just let the knees open slightly, bring the arms on the inside of your legs, and just letting your whole body rest between the legs, belly soft, and sway a little bit side to side.
Slowly lifting up, extending the legs a little bit further so you can keep the knees still slightly bent, but you're on the heels and the toes are coming back towards you. And now hands are planted on either side of your legs. And you're going to slowly sway your weight to the right sits bone and extend the left leg a little bit more. Sway to the left sits bone, you're on the left hand, extend the right leg. And you're doing the same thing, you're just swaying side to side, extending the leg that's lifted a little bit more. And then the legs should come to fully extended. And then just drape your upper body over the legs. Maybe you can reach for your feet. Maybe you can hold on to the ankles or the shins and just gently draw your torso over the legs. And then inhale and gently lift up. Exhale, drape your upper body over the legs, coming back into that fold. Inhale and lift up. Let's bring the feet to one side, come to tabletop. Once you get to tabletop, make sure your wrists are under your shoulders, knees are under your hips, and then you're going to start to move here in a way that feels good. That might be cat-cow. Anything that feels good in the spine, good in the legs. Just feel this out and move and breathe. And now bringing your big toes together and opening the knees as wide as you can. Exhale, sink the hips back to your heels for child's pose, and then extend the arms comfortably and sink down. Take a big breath into your belly. Exhale through your mouth, extend the arms a little bit further. Just really try to tiptoe the fingers away so that you can get space in your shoulders. Inhale and lift up slightly so you can walk your hands off to the left. Again, tiptoe the fingers away from you. Exhale and sink down. Inhale, lift up, slowly walking your hands through center and then off to the right. Tiptoe the fingers away. Exhale and sink down. Nice big inhale as you lift back up. Walk the hands back to center. Come up to your tabletop. Let's take the left hand right under the head, reach the right arm up to the sky, and stay there and breathe. Try to reach with those right fingers as high as you can. On the exhale, just really fill your belly, let go of all the breath. Keep reaching with the gaze if you can, keep reaching with the fingertips. And then on your next exhale, thread the needle. Bring that arm down right between that left hand and the knees so you can bring the right shoulder down, the right side of the head, and then tenting those left fingers in front of your face or bringing that left arm to rest on your lower back with the palm facing up. And breathe into that right shoulder, right arm. Try to keep that right hip pulling back to the right. If it wants to dip down towards the mat, just keep lifting and pulling it back to the right. One more big breath. On an exhale, gently lower that left hand, sweep that right arm back up to the sky. Exhale and lower. And now let's take that right knee up, and we're coming into hip circles on that right leg. So nice, slow, smooth circles one direction, as slow as you can go. Really engage the belly to help hold you here.
stop and go opposite direction. This is a good one to do every single day. Just keeping that fluid movement in the hip joint, activating that synovial fluid to help lubricate the joint. And then lower that knee down. Let's plant the right hand right under the head, reaching that left arm now and the gaze towards the sky. Lifting as high as you can on the inhale and letting go of all the breath on the exhale as you lift and reach. Lift and reach. Find space in that left side. On your next exhale, thread the needle. Arm comes down, shoulder down, left side of the head is down. Tented right fingers right by the face, or winding that arm and resting it on the lower back with the palm facing up, bringing that left hip back to the left. So lift and bring that hip back. It wants to dip down towards the mat with that left shoulder, but you're not going to let it. You're going to keep moving it to the left so you keep that stretch through the arm and the shoulder and the back. One more breath. And then on that exhale, slowly unwind. Plant the right hand, left arm to the sky. Exhale and lower. And now hip circles on that left leg. Nice and big, nice and slow. You guys might be able to hear my cat. He's making funny noises at the birds outside the window. And now stop, opposite direction. If anyone else has a cat and you're home a lot, obviously right now like me, they like literally think they're supposed to be fed 30 times a day. I guess humans are probably a little bit like that too. Gently bring that knee down, and now let's come into a hamstring stretch on the right leg. So bringing that right foot forward and then sliding that left knee back, sink down in the hips. You're starting in a low lunge position, and then right away come back on that right heel and sink the hips back. Walk the hands back so they're comfortably under your shoulders. And once you get to your hamstring stretch, you're in control of what happens here. You don't have to have the leg fully straight yet. You can fold over the leg if you want. You could walk your hands a little bit to the right of the leg. Come back to center, maybe to the left of the leg. Just noticing what feels good for you in your hamstring stretch. And now coming back to where you started and bringing that foot forward so you're back in your low lunge. And once you get to the low lunge, now you're going to breathe back and forth. So you're going to exhale in the lunge, inhale in the hamstring stretch. Exhale back to your lunge. Inhale, hamstring stretch. Let's end on the exhale in the lunge and bring the arms up to cactus arms. So come up as high as you can with your chest. Open your chest in front of you. Arms, cactus arms, shoulder blades moving together. Lifting the gaze just a little bit. And now sweep the hands back to the mat. Take that right foot back. Before we do the opposite side, let's lift to downward facing dog and walk our dog nice and slow. Everything today is just really fluid, slow motion movement, just like you're moving your body through water. We're constantly rushing. We don't need to rush in our practice. Try to get as big of a breath into your chest and your ribs as you can in your down dog. And now gently lower the knees down and bring the left foot forward between the hands, sliding that right knee back. So you're trying to get the hips down, extending that space as much as you can between the right knee and the left heel. And now sink down in your lunge. Inhale, lift up, walk your hands back towards you. The toes come back towards you for your hamstring stretch. And again on this side, just moving however it feels best for you.
come back forward to that low lunge, and you're going to move back and forth with the breath. Exhaling as you sink down in the lunge. Inhale as you come back to your hamstring stretch. I think I said opposite of that on the other side, but here it doesn't matter too much. So just moving the breath with the movement, whatever feels best. Inhale or exhale. Ending in your lunge so that you can press down on that left foot and lift yourself up, cactus arms, shoulder blades draw together, just coming into a little bit of a back bend heart opener. But you're not hurting the lower back at all, so mindful of that. And then exhale, hands to the mat, sweep that left foot back, come to your downward facing dog, and let's right away bend knees, bend elbows, and gently walk your feet to the top of the mat, coming into a modified forward fold at the top of the mat, crossing elbows, and then resting the elbows on the thighs. Feet are hip distance apart, big toes lined up, and then sway the hips a little side to side. Slowly shake the head yes and no. Big movement, but slow. And then keeping the back flat and the belly strong, plant the hands on your thighs and really slowly lift up to stand. We've been down for a while, so mindful of lifting to stand. And then let's walk the feet wide on the mat, bring the hands to the hips, and again finding that sway side to side. And then planting the feet, turning the sway into hip circles. Really, really slow. The movement is just in the hips. Stop and go opposite direction. Bringing the arms out to the sides. Keep the feet planted nice and wide. Arms straight out to the sides. Let's bend elbows and hold on to the shoulders. Very slowly circle the elbows. Movement from the shoulders going forward. And then backward. Float down by your sides. Inhale, take a big breath in as you reach the fingers overhead to touch and lift your gaze. Exhale through the mouth, arms float down. Inhale, big breath, fingers touch. Exhale through the mouth, arms float down. Last one. Long exhale as you hinge in the hips this time and come into forward fold. Keep the feet wide on your mat, but try to keep the legs as straight as you can. Inhale, lift up, bring hands to your shins for that halfway lift. Feet still wide on the mat. Exhale and fold. Now bend the knees and really let the whole torso and head and arms drape between the legs. Really big bend in the knees. Sway side to side. And then gently straighten the legs, tented fingers underneath you as you heel toe your feet to hip distance apart. Plant those tented fingers of the left hand right under your head. Bend your left knee, reach the right arm to the sky. As you do that, you should feel a nice stretch in the right leg. You're letting that left hip drop down as you bend that knee, but keep the right leg straight and reach towards the sky.
Exhale, lower the right hand. Bend the right knee now. Right finger's tented right underneath the head, left leg straight, and the left arm reaches to the sky. Full long stretch. You should feel that all the way down that left leg. Exhale and lower. Bend the knees, drop the tailbone down as low as you can. And then bring the hands to the thighs. It's like a really, really low chair. And then slowly press into your thighs. Lift yourself up to stand. Right away, bring your hands to Anjali Mudra at heart center. Shift the weight to the left foot. Nice straight leg. Kickstand the right heel on the left ankle. Draw the belly in. Tuck your chin in slightly. Reach towards the sky with the top of your head. You're as tall in your spine as you can get. And now find your focal point in front of you and slide the foot up to the calf or help it to the inner thigh. Knee opening to the side, coming into your tree balance. And now moving the hands wherever it feels best. You get to decide. As you gently press the foot into the inner thigh or the calf muscle, notice that you don't want the leg to press out to the left. You want the leg to respond by pressing back into the foot. Hips should be stacked right above that leg. Relax your face and your jaw. Steady in your breath. If you feel really good in your balance today, maybe you change the balance. Maybe you bring the foot up and try to hold on to either the knee or the big toe and extend the leg to the side. Maybe you turn it into dancer, where you bend the knee and bring the foot behind, holding the top of the foot on the inside of the leg as you press the foot into the hand. So you're doing whatever feels best for you here, but you are practicing your balancing. You are focused on your single point as you breathe soft, easy breath. Smile. Very gently make your way out of the balance, planting that right foot down and shaking out the left leg. And now slowly, mindfully coming into the same starting balance on the opposite side, getting really tall in the spine. Moving into tree first. The foot is always avoiding the knee. Find your comfortable spot and rest. So let yourself be in tree for a little while. And then deciding where you want to move with your balance. No hopping around on that standing leg. Gracefully coming out and trying again. On an exhale, gently make your way out, planting the left foot, shaking out the right leg.
Now planting your feet hip distance apart. Bring the hands to the thighs and let's slowly lower down to chair. Keeping the weight in the heels. Inhale and lift up. Reach the hands towards the sky as high as you can go and come up on your tippy toes. Exhale, drop the heels, sink back down to that chair, hands resting on the thighs, weight in the heels. Maybe you go a little lower this time. Inhale and lift up. You're going to need a focal point as you lift the arms to the sky and come up on the balls of the feet. This is a balance. Exhale down. We're going to do that 2 more times. Exhale as you sink down. There should be no pain in the knees. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink down. And last one. And this time as you lower down into your chair, come all the way down with the hands and come into a bent knee forward fold. Inhale, hands to your shins for that halfway lift. Keep the legs nice and straight now. As you exhale and fold again. Bending the knees, plant the hands, step the left foot back and the right foot back. Let's come into a knees down plank. Flipping the toes, lifting the knees, sinking back in the heels for a full plank. Really engaging the belly, keeping the back straight and strong. Lifting with the back of the neck towards the sky. One more big breath, and then on the exhale, sink back to downward facing dog. Inhale, come up on the tippy toes, slide the weight forward like you do for plank, and bring the right knee in towards your navel. Tuck your chin, drop your forehead to your knee. Exhale, extend the right leg back and up to the sky. Lowering that leg down, let's take the left knee in towards your belly, rounding the back. Exhale, extend that leg up to the sky. And slowly lower that foot down. Slide yourself forward to plank. Knees down plank. Tops of the feet come down. Lower yourself all the way down onto the mat. Bringing the arms down by your sides with the palms facing up. Inhale, lift the chest. Lift the shoulders. Draw the shoulder blades together. Lift the arms. Draw your belly button in. Lift the legs. Everything lifted. Belly engaged, tongue relaxed, and reverse boat. You have the option here to bend the knees. Pointed toes, bring the toes back towards your sits bones. Maybe you can hold on to the tops of the feet and lift yourself up to bow pose. Really drawing the belly button in. Easy breath wherever you are. Letting go of the feet gently if you have them, and then planting the hands under your shoulders. Squeeze your elbows in, squeeze the shoulder blades together, press into your hands and lift up to Cobra. Really feel the lower back relax as you hold yourself here and find space in your chest and your ribs. Exhale and slowly lower down. One more time. Lift up to Cobra. Exhale and lower down. And now let's bring the arms down by your sides. Bring the right cheek down and just let the whole body relax into the earth. And then the opposite cheek comes down. And as you rest here, the thought just popped into my head of Well, this life is not a performance. This life is meant to be an authentic experience of self. I love that. Drawing your chin to the mat, bringing the hands up under the shoulders to press up through cobra, up through tabletop, and sinking back to child's pose, resting in child's pose, however it feels best. And just letting the whole weight of your body relax. The muscles are soft, the belly is so soft. And just here in this beautiful pose of surrender. Make your way up to tabletop, sweep the feet to one side, come to comfortably seated, either cross-legged or bound angle with the soles of the feet together. The knees fall open. If you're sitting cross-legged, uncross and do opposite of what you normally do. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, twist to the right and let the arms float down to support you and help deepen the twist. Gaze shifts off to the right. Through center and twisting to the left. Inhale back to seated. And just letting the hands rest palms down on your thighs as you close your eyes. A soft smile on your face. Bring left hand over heart center, right hand stacked on top. And just let yourself pause here, imagining a bright green light pulsing with your heartbeat. Just right in that heart center underneath your hands. Very gently make your way onto your back now for Shavasana. And as you rest here in Shavasana, imagining your body just pulsing with that beautiful, bright green light. And maybe letting go of any thought that you are a body, that you are just simply breath and light.